Coming up right now, his family calling it a miracle at sea. A fisherman survives an unbelievable amount of time out in the Pacific.
Also coming up, a new app is giving some influencers a huge advantage to shame others.
But later on, a man who has been living his life as a dog, 2, 3, 4, makes an announcement following his costly investment.
Are we calling that a rough situation?
Yes. Come on, boy.
Yeah. Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English, and this is Daily Flash. How are ya? We got Matt Doolittle hanging out with us.
Guys, I would like to pay attention to sweet baby James right now in this fantastic wardrobe because also you can see all of his great work at dailyflashshow.com and on all of our socials because he posts a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and especially whatever this outfit is.
Look, my future's so bright I gotta wear shit.
I don't want to know what I don't want to know what you're trying to sell out of your bag today.
Queso?
All right, that's how you get all his end. Of course, as mentioned, James is going to be working the floor there with his T-Pain look is what Matt was referring to. Not sure, we don't have a shot of him? All right, well, just imagine, there we go. Well, come here, James.
Well, that's that bottom half of him.
Let's
Can we
see,
check
you know,
this shot?
make
There
it-
we go. All right, no, you were fine where you're at. No, go back to where you were. We're wasting time here. Here we go. All right, now look up there. Just look up at the thing. There we go. There's James. All right. How are we doing today?
We're good. How about this? DoorDash is teaming up with a finance company called Klarna, so you can buy now and pay later
For your
DoorDash orders.
Big Mac,
On your Taco Bell?
Yeah. So a lot of folks have come forward and said, do you really need to finance your steak bowl from Chipotle or your Venti whatever from Starbucks? I mean, how much is that going to cost you in the end? So they're making it easy for you, 4 easy payments, or you can get on a payment plan, or you.
It's so
That's
weird.
crazy.
Now Klarna's come forward and said, hey, we're not financing a burrito bowl. Your minimum purchase has to be $35 or more.
Which is easy to
That's
do.
one order
But
anyway.
that is one order,
I don't-
right?
yeah.
Exactly. That's one order at most of these places at this point. I see how it could work for groceries and how different is it from paying with a credit card if you're going to the grocery store. But they're saying that you're basically putting your late night munchies on a finance plan, like a layaway plan.
And but so
Eat away, layaway.
credit card companies would go to college campuses all the time and try to get because people have new credit and that sort
I
of
got
thing.
sucked in.
And people would buy a burrito at college. They wouldn't pay it off until they had their third child. if you think about
$20 a
it.
month for the rest of your
Yeah.
life.
When I worked at the sneaker stores, I was always amazed when people would finance their Jordans and they put it down, but then they wouldn't come pay them, so I got to buy them cheaper. But they would put like $100 down and then pay towards the end fee on a pair of Jordans. I was like, you don't need to be financing these if you need to put them on layaway.
Right?
Yeah.
And by the way, Matt actually at sneaker store, he was actually a stalker. They teach you how to do a stalker, right? That kind of sneaker store.
I wasn't.
But you think about that. But every time you go to, at least for me, when I'm on Amazon, it'll ask me, hey, you want to break this up in 4 payments?
Yes.
Okay, interest free. That's one thing. But then also on eBay, everybody has these options, and you think, oh, it's only $25 a month. Then you look at the interest rate and how much you're paying for that.
Right.
You could pay almost double.
If you're a minute too late in making that payment, which of course they make it really difficult for you because they're like, we have to receive your payment 7 days in advance. Well, then that involves 3 more, holidays and 5 more business days. So basically, if you have to finance your DoorDash stuff, maybe it's not a good idea.
I'm with you on that.
I mean, I get using your credit card, obviously. Maybe you get points, but paying that off monthly. And some people argue you should never pay for dining out or food binges with a credit card. You should always pay cash just to kind of keep yourself in check.
Right. You're going to host the next Financially Speaking.
Yes.
You hit it right on the button. You're right on
I mean,
that.
it's true. Like when you pay cash for a meal out, you realize how much money it is. When you throw your credit card down, you don't think
you
twice
don't
about
see
it.
You never see the money.
And
Exactly.
these delivery services now, the fees and everything are out of control.
Plus
I tell my
the
wife
tip.
all the time, I'm like, I'll go pick it up.
Yes.
It's down the street.
Plus,
I'll save the $10.
Do you trust the stranger with your food in their car?
Hold on now.
I wouldn't trust myself.
Jay, what do you do?
Hold on, you trust pizza guys?
Hold on.
James grabbing
They
a
picked
handful
up
of
a couple
fries.
of those
Come on.
pepperonis before you got your pizza.
I wouldn't be surprised. Are you a door? Have you ever
No,
done a DoorDash
no,
thing?
no.
What about ordered from
He's
DoorDash?
done Uber.
I Uber and Lyft.
Take a step forward.
I'm sorry.
Apparently, your head's getting cut off. I don't want people. All right, now you
Yeah.
can talk. There you go.
Okay, Uber and Lyft.
Okay.
So Uber Eats, yes, I've delivered a couple of times to them.
Did you ever sneak a little something out of the
No,
bag?
we make sure it's wrapped up and it's got the tape and stuff on it. So when I deliver it,
Coming from James.
Right.
With how many kids?
Right.
I don't know if I trust that.
Hey, you got to, man. That's how it is.
So keep it nice and wrapped.
Whose
That's
mom
it,
delivers
man.
his breakfast every other
I
day.
think you catch rides with strangers, so
Keep that in
food's the
mind.
next
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
He is the reason why they now put stickers over the bag to make sure you can't open the
That
bag.
handful of fries.
All right,
is
a
missing.
fisherman from Peru found alive, spending 95 days lost at sea. He set sail on a fishing trip December 7th with enough food to last him, a couple of weeks. However, 10 days into his trip, the 61-year-old fisherman went off course following some bad weather. Found himself actually floating in the vast Pacific Ocean. His family actually reported him missing after he didn't return home. Marine patrols actually searched for weeks, no luck. 3 months after he disappeared off the radar, fishing patrol from Ecuador actually found his boat drifting about 800 miles from the
God
country's
bless him.
coastline. The fisherman says that he survived on rainwater he collected on the boat and tried to ration the food that he had before resorting to bugs and creatures to keep him alive. And he did have a hard time once Wilson floated away and he was unable to see him anymore.
Oh my goodness! I can't. 95 days. That's nuts.
Okay, you're talking about 3 months. So after 2 weeks, I would have said, well, Jackson's gone.
Yeah.
And I'd had the memorial and
Right.
everything. And for you to, I've been going through your clothes and everything and all that stuff. But and then like you said, 95 days, and then to come back, that's almost just enough time where you have acceptance
Yes.
of what happened,
Right.
And not the case.
You just have to wonder, did he not have any sort of communication device on board?
In this day and age,
Yeah,
yeah.
right? Like a GPS, something.
It's interesting to see that sort of thing.
That's one of those life fears for me is to be
Okay.
left at sea.
All right, but can we also look at now? If I was out there for 90 days
Wouldn't
and
you have a
only ate
beard?
bugs,
Well, wouldn't he have
when
a
you
beard?
have a beard and a little thinner, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Ooh, that's a good point. You're
Unless
right.
they shaved him up before he got there,
Maybe that's
like,
Maybe
like
they
a la
cleaned him up.
Castaway.
He
On
could
the
have on a
rescue
shift.
ship,
He
yeah.
could have had.
He got rescued from a Coast Guard ship, so I bet he had a good shower and a shave.
So Tom
very
Hanks,
true.
once they brought him aboard and he ate, and they offered him shrimp to eat.
Well, but there he is on the boat, getting checked out. So he looks
All right.
clean shaven.
We're going to get our investigative
Yeah.
team on this
Our
because we have
I-team.
some doubts. Our I team, our Daily Flash I team. All right.
Some are calling the latest trend to sweep social media fat phobic. Some influencers are using a chubby
Oh, that
filter.
was a filter on that guy. That's why
Yeah, that's what it was. Some celebrities are using a chubby filter that turns them into a chunkier version of themselves. Users take a photo, then add the filter to turn their image into a fat version. The filter and the creators using it are being criticized by some for making fun of fat people, but most are saying it's just harmless fun.
Listen.
I don't understand the point of this.
Well, if it motivates you, we were talking about this. If it motivates you in the gym, not to ever wind up looking like that. But I worked very hard to look very fat. Actually, no, I didn't work hard at all. Now that I think
You
of
were
it.
professional.
But even still, why are these filters out here? Why do you need that? I guess does that motivate you if you would have saw a fat version of yourself?
Or does it just get you clicks and views, which ups your profile and followers, which ends up getting you more money?
Yeah, imagine if you popped up and I saw a fat version of you and I hadn't seen you in a long time, I would
Right.
go, oh my gosh, what had happened? And then that would make me want to.
It's as if these social media sites are turning into an online version of a circus sideshow.
Yeah, I
How
buy that, yeah.
bizarre can I look? And that will draw people to my page, which will get me more followers, which will get me more money.
It's not substance. It's clickbait,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
A lot
Well,
of it.
check this out. A man who spent more than $11,000 to become a dog has opened a zoo where other people can transform into animals too. The man from Japan bought his hyper-realistic dog costume in 2023 so that he could live his life as a collie dog.
Oh my.
Video of him in the dog costume lit up social media. Now he wants others to indulge in the same kind of animal cosplay in a zoo-like environment, complete with restaurant service.
All right, there you go. And ladies,
He's
single. Hey, to each his own, I guess. And if you go to that, there you are. And realizing how much society or whatever. Look,
just-
what's he doing to the stairs there? I wanna know.
Now I'm going to a pet expo tomorrow, so if I see one of these, are those allowed at pet expos?
What do you ask them?
Put a leash on her.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
My dog doesn't know how to go upstairs.
Yeah.
A man in a dog costume.
It's
That's
harder
what
to go
kind of-
downstairs when you're.
I guess my question is like, at what point do you discover I want to live my life as a dog?
I
The
identify
moment
it.
you don't have enough attention in your
Yeah.
life is really what it is.
And then you chubby filter your dog
You
costume.
filter your dog and make them. We have more Flash coming up. Stick around. You're watching Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson, along with Mitch English and Matt Doolittle. Time for a little round
Hey,
table
all right.
today. We are talking about a new movie that makes first dates a deadly decision.
Are we okay?
Somebody sent me this.
It's just dumb kids trying to mess with you.
It's weird.
I mean, who do you think it is?
Oh, I don't know.
We can figure this out. I think you gotta be within 50 feet to send a drop. So, it's someone in the restaurant.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the new movie Drop from our
yeah.
friends at Universal. So what are some of the real red flags on first dates? Joining us for our round table discussion is trauma expert Dr. Janie Lacey. Janie, welcome back to Daily Flash.
Glad to be here.
All right, let's break down some ground rules. Each of us are going to have 15 seconds to kind of talk and give us a little bit of our perspective as well. But we're going to talk about those red flags, which are a big deal, right?
Yeah, so what are your red flags? Mitch, I'll start with you.
Well, first, I think if you sit down, and you know, I'm married now, but I did go through the dating as an older person. One thing that I notice is if they are always talking about their ex and very negative, I say that's a red flag, number one.
Yes.
And I think that's why I'm married, is because Liza, she just talked about how great her dad was and growing up, and I was like, this is really a different thing for me. And I go, there's something different about this person. So I would say if they're very negative, especially about their family or an ex.
Okay, Matt, you?
When it's all about money, money, money. Like when all they want to talk about is that. What do you make? I went on a couple dates before I met my wife, and it was like, oh, what do you do? Oh, how much do you make? Or this costs this. Like the person was like, you know, going through the list of what everything cost at the dinner.
If a girl asked me how much I made, I would go, well, we're splitting this dinner now.
Yeah, it was a bad date. It was
We're
really
going
bad.
Dutch. Yeah, for me, it's always like, how do you treat the customer service? Like, how do you treat
Oh,
the
good
wait
call.
staff?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
do you treat someone you're engaging with? Let's say you got a coffee and the barista. Are you pleasant? Do you say please and thank you? Or are you a complete jerk? So, Janie, why are there so many red flags that we need to be aware of and important for us to recognize those early on?
When people date smart, they're going to marry smart, right? And it's going to save them a whole lot of headaches and therapy later on in life. But, you know, I look at dates as like this preview of potentially what the relationship is going to look like. So when you think about really paying attention, but having fun on those first dates, which is important, but it can provide a lot of fundamental communication patterns, someone's core values, their respect for your boundaries. So, but sometimes when people are in that fun time, they can overlook some of those early warning signs. So it's important that you do pay attention to the patterns that present themselves even in that very first date.
Yeah, we tend
Good
to get
point,
blinded by love, I think, or infatuation.
And when you also say that you are not who you are on a first date,
Oh, yeah.
People are putting their best foot forward, but if you yourself are someone who's self-aware, who is conscious and present, you can tell if someone's really being themselves. And it's not about judgment. It's more about, to me, self-preservation.
okay, that makes sense. All right, is there any overlooked red flags maybe people actually kind of miss during a first date?
Yeah, there's a lot, Mitch, you know, a lot of times because you are having a lot of fun and you're so focused on yourself that you can miss. One of the big ones I always look at is the communication red flags, because dealing with a lot of people with relationship trauma, they'll say those flags were there in the beginning. And very subtle ones could be, is that person constantly like interrupting you or they're talking over you? But in the excitement, you don't even pay attention and that's what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Or Mitch, are they dismissive of your opinions or your experiences? Like, oh, that's no big deal. Like, it's very subtle, but if you pay attention to those things, they're there in the very beginning.
It's so true. Hindsight's always 2020, right? When it comes to some of these romance situations. How can someone gracefully end a first date if they notice multiple red flags while still being respectful and kind?
Yeah, I believe in having a very direct approach, right? But to be kind is to be clear. So, what I tell people is to always put it on you. Like, use I statements. I've enjoyed meeting you, but I don't feel like we're the right match, right? So use I statements, talk about you, and also be in public places. So just in case if the person is toxic, there's other people around, and really trust your instincts is what I always say. Is trust your instincts on those very first time, and not ignore them and just stay there. So sometimes if you need to leave briefly, then go ahead if you feel uncomfortable.
I'd like to circle back. How much of your own self should you be on the first date? Because as mentioned, you do usually, you have a little bit better manners and that sort of thing. What are some things that you should talk about?
You should be yourself, right? The core of who you are should be there. But what I always recommend is have discernment. People don't need to know all the nitty-gritty details of your relationship history or your trauma, because some people say, why put it all out there so they can accept me in the beginning? No, 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 no. So talk about like things that you'd like to do for fun, maybe places that you visited, your favorite foods. Like, keep it light, because the first date, all you really want to walk away with is, do I want to see this person again? Do I want to go on the second, without having to put all of your business out there, and you don't even know if you want to see them again?
Makes a lot of sense.
What about social media, Dr. Janie? I have a feeling this kind of could play a part in red flags.
I think social media tells a lot of people about the potential person they're dealing with, right? So if they're not, for example, if they're not using social media for their business, but yet you are seeing them post nothing but pictures of themselves,
Yes.
right? Maybe that can tell you a little bit about that they really are focused on themselves, a little bit more self-centered. But so when you're looking at people's social media, I mean, it's a highlight reel. So not to take it for a grain of salt, but to be aware of what you're watching and seeing.
Plenty of sense you always make. Thank you so much, Jenny. We want you to sound off about this. We encourage you to do so. And our friends at Universal Pictures have hooked us up with tickets to be the first to see Drop in Orlando. So head to our website at dailyflashshow.com and our socials right now. Drop comes out April 11th. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. Innovative new products from KBIS, that's the International Kitchen and Bath Show, and IBS, which is the International Builder Show, has become a design plus construction week. After all, investing in the kitchen and bath adds a lot to home value. Dr. Frank Vigiano has some stuff coming out of those events, and he joins us now with more. How you doing, Dr. Frank?
I'm well, Mitch, and yourself?
I am fantastic, especially kitchen. I just redid my kitchen. You know, the oven is and the range is the most important thing, in my opinion, when it comes to the kitchen. You got a great product here that will make sure cooking is a breeze.
Absolutely, yes. It's a Signature Pro induction range, Mitch. It's a luxury kitchen appliance brand, SKS, has unveiled a 36-inch Pro induction range that combines steam and convection. Induction technology is reshaping how home chefs cook, Mitch, with near instant heat, precise temperature control, and a cooler kitchen. The industry's most powerful induction range has a 7,000-watt dual center element that boils water in a minute. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I know. And an LCD touchscreen that accesses 13 cooking modes, including sous vide. Smart knobs also provide intuitive control and illuminated display easily seen from across the room. Each knob also functions, Mitch, as an individual timer, if you can believe that. And it's a fusion of sophistication, high quality craftsmanship, and technology. For more information, go to signaturekitchensuites.com.
What do you have for the laundry room?
Oh, laundry is big time, as you know. LG introduced a mega capacity smart front load washer and dryer. Now, this capacity and turbo wash combined saves time and energy by completing a large wash load in 30 minutes. The large dryer has turbo steam and built-in intelligence, and you can fit, Mitch, listen to this, you can fit a king comforter and sheets in one load.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah, built-in sensors take out guesswork, to detect load size and fabric texture, automatically selecting the right settings. The allergen cycle reduces allergens and is certified by the Asthma and Allergy Foundation. LG washers are the first to earn this distinction. In between washes, you can refresh clothes in 10 minutes with steam. Stainless steel drum prevents snagging. A sidekick at the bottom can add it below and allows you to wash and dry delicates. Remember to look for the Energy Star logo. And for more information, Mitch, go to lg.com.
All right. We talked about the range, but cooking that big turkey or anything, it got a lot easier and high tech. Tell us about this new oven from Sharp.
Yes, Sharp has won the prestigious IF Design Award for its Celerity built-in high-speed oven. It's amazing, Mitch. We visited the booth and spoke with Peter Wheatfield from Sharp. This is what he had to say.
We have an incredible device called our Sharp Celerity high-speed oven, but it will cook a 5.5-pound chicken. You put it in your regular oven, it takes an hour and a half, about an hour, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We can cook it in 30 minutes in this oven.
You guys are so innovative. Everything you do is so unique.
This is 5,350 watts in this 30-inch, 1.6-inch cavity. You can use microwave, convection, grill, speed cook, convection roast, air fry, warm, high speed, and on speed cook, bake or roast. 9 ways in one.
It's amazing. Yeah, when you think about it, everything you'd want to do in cooking in one unit.
Yeah.
This is so great, Mitch. This is a game changer. What Sharp has done is they've come out with a built-in oven in the wall, and it's so quick, it's amazing. And they won the award, as I mentioned earlier. And for more information, go to shop.sharpusa.com.
All right, Dr. Frank, we spend over 6,000 hours in our house or our space every year. What's a great way to keep it nice and cool?
Mr. Cool is the way to do that, Mitch. I love this product. It's really amazing. The benefit is that Mr. Cool is an HVAC system that is do-it-yourself. Pre-charge line sets allow quick connections, and single-zone or multi-zone units are available for 2 to 5 rooms, Mitch. The air handler can be wall-mounted or ceiling-mounted with a new ceiling cassette. With easy air filter access, which is important, it's America's only true do-it-yourself HVAC system. With no special tools or ductwork needed, the new 4th generations have a smartphone app, voice controls, and Energy Star certification. They start around $1,700, Mitch. Check for rebates, very important, and visit MrCoolDIY.com and select stores nationwide.
Quickly, tell us about how we can have those construction workers actually feeling comfortable in their clothes.
Absolutely. This is FieldSure. It's mobile warming gear. It's the next generation of heated clothing. An app syncs through the garments and allows control from your mobile device to via Bluetooth. Heated workwear includes gloves, jackets, high visibility clothing, and even waterproof pants. Perfect for construction workers and builders. There are hoodies, vests, and socks. Practical apparel for anyone, Mitch, who works or plays outdoors in the cold. Remember to shop the website for discounts for outdoor professionals and first responders, and for seasonal sales at FieldShear.com.
Dr. Frank, you always come to us with some great stuff. I love this stuff. I wish I would have talked to you before I redid my entire kitchen, though, because you have so many great ideas. Thank you so much for joining us. And, of course, for more information on these products and so much more, you can head to what'snewdoc.com or head to our website, dailyflashshow.com. We got more Flash coming up right after this. Stick around.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Well, hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson, along with Mitch English and Matt Doolittle.
And we got Sweet Baby James working there. The whole crew is here. We're all excited.
Yes.
We're all happy about this.
Recently, did you see the news about George Foreman passing away?
Yeah, that's sad.
I was really surprised.
Remember when he came on our other show?
Yes.
Such a nice guy.
What I didn't know, though, and you might know this, but Hulk Hogan said on a podcast or one of his YouTube channels that he was actually offered 2 products to promote. It was an energy drink and a grill. And I guess he declined both of them. But Foreman accepted the grill offer.
Wow.
And
I remember hearing
that.
Hogan didn't get the voicemail early enough. That's what it was.
Oh, is that what he said?
His agent was the same agent for George Foreman, and he left him a voicemail, and Foreman said yes to it first.
Oh,
and then Hogan went and opened a string of bad spaghetti restaurants that called Pastamania. And it was a terrible disaster, and George Foreman made $100 million.
You don't think it was? I don't think that's It was when he was playing that nanny. I think it really killed
Mr.
his
Nanny?
career.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's what did it to Hulk Hogan. Imagine calling George Foreman's house and saying, "Can I speak to George?"
Yeah.
Because he named all his
don't know
kids,
which
including his daughter,
Yeah,
George.
George.
Yes.
Which I love that. That's actually
Georgina.
Georgina, Georgia.
Cool. They were all anyway, really neat.
Was his wife named George too? Because that makes it much easier
that would
too.
make it easy.
That makes it a
You
little
never
weird.
get anything
It'd be
wrong.
weird.
We talk about teachers all the time about how, they really are. They see your kids more than you do, and they
Yeah.
want to see them succeed. We go to Ohio now where a teacher's actually now in trouble. So basically, they were going to have this pizza party for the class, but everybody had to make a certain grade, right? So she said, you know what, I want to make sure the parents are getting involved in everything. And I think she did it under the right intentions. And so she followed a bus home because one of her students was on there, and she pulls up to the house. She walks, when the kid goes in the house, she goes up and starts talking to the dad. The dad's like, "Why are you coming to my house here stalking me?" And the father confronts it. The cops were notified. And the teacher just said, "Look, I just want to make sure, that little junior here does his homework, so we, because I want him to be included in this pizza
Participate,
party."
sure.
It went completely out of control, and now she's on administrative leave for this because she was going above and beyond, in her mind at least.
Yes.
We don't know what was said between the teacher and the dad, but the dad didn't appreciate the fact that she came to
followed.
the house and like, well, you're stalking my kid, more or less, right? If you think about that, of course you have all your kids' home addresses, right? You have access to them.
Yes.
But here's a teacher, I think it's sad. We don't know all the details, but I want to say that this teacher is probably like most teachers that want their kids to succeed.
Yeah.
And then to do something, obviously the school district thought it was out of bounds to do, but she wanted to make sure that her students were
On the surface, it appears as though the teacher was trying to do the right thing, encourage the parents to get involved, help the kid, make sure he succeeds. But like you said, hard to know what the other details were. But it's hard to imagine that she's being put on leave for this kind of thing when we see other teachers that are promoted for far worse.
Don't do anything and let things happen.
Well, more teachers are leaving teaching now because of foolishness like this. Like, I'm a former teacher. I know, believe it or not, 8th grade math.
What?
And I know.
I did not know
I'm
that.
good with numbers. But yeah, a lot of parents don't return phone calls. They don't return emails. And you're trying to communicate with them. It's like, what's that, persona non grata? I would say something.
Yeah.
So, it's hard being a teacher right now.
It's extremely hard. And that's why I wanted to mention this, because you
sure.
have somebody, and she obviously did not do a good job. She should have actually gone to the sneaker store where Matt could have taught her how to actually
Get a layaway and finance her sneakers for
Put 10%
5 years.
down on your
Yes.
Jordans.
But that's math.
The kid,
That's
that's
where
him.
Matt
That's
would,
him.
or James would come in.
I was a substitute teacher for a little bit.
So was I. I love substitute. It's actually great. It's actually fun to see the kids, and then it's kind of like being a grandparent. You can just up and leave the next day.
You're done with them at the end of the
All
day.
right, we have more Flash coming up here. We got today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Don't you go anywhere. Stick around.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
It's time now to take a look at the lifestyles of the rich and famous as we dive into some celebrity real estate. Let's get started with pop art icon Andy Warhol, once living in this historic New York townhouse. It is now available to rent for $22,000
Wow.
a month. Yes. Warhol owned this Upper East Side property from 1960 until 1972. It is where he created some of his most famous works, like the Campbell soup can pieces, his signature pop art portraits of Marilyn Monroe, Elizabeth Taylor, and more. The 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom residence is just over 3,000 square feet. The main level opens up to a wood-paneled library, a formal living room, and wood-burning fireplaces. 2 additional bedrooms are located located upstairs. They also have fireplaces, and 4 bedrooms have their own ensuite and custom closets. There's also laundry located on the top floor and in the basement.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Great style too. Contemporary art.
Beautiful.
That's the first name you normally think of is Andy
Yeah.
Warhol. It's incredible and neat there. All right. Well, actress Glenn Close making a move to a quieter life in Montana. There, she had purchased a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, fully restored brick house. It features a 2,300 square foot layout, blends historic charm with modern conveniences. She purchases the residence back in 2016 for about $699,000. The cozy retreat also features a backyard, which makes it perfect escape for the actress who left New York City back in 2019. Move to Montana was for more than a geographical shift. Close said that she marked a deeper return to things that ground the 8-time Oscar nominee. She also says her Montana home isn't just a new address, it's a fresh chapter filled with family, nature, and the simple joys of home. Not sure about rabbits, though, if any rabbits are going to make it on that farm, right?
From the Michael Douglas.
Indecent, or not, you know what I'm talking
yes,
about.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Why can't I think of the name of
All
that
I can think
movie?
about is the boiling rabbits.
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, you're not going to ignore me, are you?
Right,
Wasn't that her
stabbing your
famous
leg,
line?
right.
Well, it's been barely 2 years since reality TV stars Heather and Terry Dubrow spent $16 million on a Beverly Hills mansion. Now the Dubrows want to sell it for $25 million. She's a Real Housewives of Orange County cast member. He's a famous plastic surgeon for, what was the show that he did? Botched.
Yep.
The home was originally built in the 1940s, includes 8+ acres of land with bluffside views. There are 5 bedrooms, 9 baths in this 9,000 square foot estate. I love how these Hollywood homes always have at least twice as many bathrooms as they do bedrooms.
I've always wondered about that. It's like, yeah, apparently in California, everybody has UTIs. I guess that's the only thing I can say. Because it's funny you say that because I said the same thing, but it makes kind of sense. Like if you have a pool, you need a bathroom out by the pool, and if you have one by the kitchen, or wherever, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
But invariably, it's always like at least twice as many bathrooms as bedrooms. I'm like, are the homes that large that you need 2 bedrooms for every 5 doors?
I do know this about real estate is that if you want to call it a bedroom, you have to have a closet.
Yes.
So I wonder, too, if the fact that you have more bathrooms, whether it might be just a half bath, if that counts,
that would count.
as well. So
yeah,
it's interesting. All right, could you live in a New York City apartment that's just a few feet from a subway platform? Well, Brooklyn realtor shared video of a 3-4 walk up directly opposite the tracks. The rent is going to cost you $4,000 a month. Wow. The platform barriers are just 5 feet away from the building's entrance.
Goodness.
So when a train pulls in, it's only about 10 feet away. The unit featured in the video has since been rented, believe it or not, but for many, the track's way too close for comfort. Construction on the corner apartment building wrapped up in late 2023. Tenants started filling the building in 2024. The only, I guess, good thing is you get on the bus quick. I don't know, but seems like it's zooming by too fast. And the noise has got to be crazy.
Well, and your privacy, too. You've got to deal with, a train coming past your windows every, I would imagine, 5 minutes.
That's your view, folks. That's what you get for $4
grand a month. And that's probably the cheapest rent in that building.
Yeah, indeed. Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. From spring travel to spring cleaning, tech expert Jennifer Jolly has the best devices to make your spring adventures safer, easier, and more fun. What do you got for us, Double J?
Spring is in the air. That means we've got spring break, spring travel, spring cleaning, all things starting with the newest digital parenting features on Aura's security app. This is a giant problem solver, giving families the most powerful tools to date to protect, teach, and empower kids across digital devices, apps, video games, and even the internet as a whole. All you have to do is sign up, pick the kids' plan, and link their devices, and you'll get personalized recommendations to help educate and engage kids in ways that really help them learn and grow rather than just restrict and punish. Costs about $10 a month. For spring travel, check out the Astro AI L7 tire inflator. You might have seen me show this off on the Today Show last fall. I still get asked about it almost every single day, so I thought I better bring it back by popular demand here. It's an on-the-go emergency tire pump that supports up to 8 car tire refills, yet weighs only about a pound. Fits into most cup holders, great for bike tires and basketballs, all the things that need air from time to time. There's an on-screen pressure reading that means it's a lot safer too. So you don't overpump, no more blowouts. Super fast, only takes about 90 seconds to inflate the average bike tire. It is on sale right now for $28. March 31st is World Backup Day, a great time to remind all of us to back up, protect, save. Talk about cleaning out clutter. The WD My Passport hard drive from Western Digital is a trusted portable storage drive that lets you save, organize, and share your photos, your videos, your music, your documents, no matter where you happen to be in the world. They have a 6 terabyte version that can hold up to 600 hours of high-def video, up to 1.5 million photos, great for content creators, fits into the palm of your hand, works across devices, and just plain works. For me, that's the holy grail of great gadgets these days. Speaking of backups and holy grails, when the power goes down, Jackery's Essential Home Backup 5000 Plus kit keeps your entire household up and running without skipping a beat. It's a high-capacity solar generator kit that seamlessly integrates into your home's electrical system. It's quiet, it's safe to use indoors, plus it now comes with 2 500-watt solar panels that you can generate your own clean, renewable energy with to keep, things like your refrigerator up and running, the internet going, power essential medical devices, or just keep lights on. Finally, I am obsessed with BirdBuddy's AI-powered Smart Bird Feeder Pro. This transforms backyard bird watching into an interactive, educational, and entertaining experience featuring a new and improved high-def camera that captures slow-motion videos and 2K live streams. Plus, it can tell you what kind of bird you're looking at in real time on the app. There's a solar version and a smart hummingbird feeder pro as well. Go to techish.com, sign up for our newsletter, and you might just win one of these. Back to you.
Keeping your heart healthy, regardless of age, is a top priority, even for those 50 and younger. Here's cardiologist and Bayer spokesperson, Dr. Jane Morgan, with more.
Thanks for having me. Yes, unfortunately, the statistics are astounding. Many don't realize they're at risk at all, often dismissing the connection between age and heart health risk, believing they're fine because they feel young, or lack a family history, or think they have no risk factors. But the prevalence of heart disease, including hypertension or high blood pressure, chronic heart disease, heart failure, and stroke, increases from about 40% in men and women 40 to 59 years of age to 70 to 75% in those 60 to 79 years of age, and then up as high as 86% for those who are 80 years of age or older. It's one of the reasons I am partnering with Bayer Aspirin, who's working to empower Americans to take proactive steps toward their heart health. We're encouraging individuals to take their simple 2-minute heart health risk assessment at seeyourrisks.com. So what are some simple steps that everyone can do to protect their heart health? There's really so much you can do that's quick and easy. Try taking a 30-minute walk. 30-minute walk per day, 5 days a week, really goes a long way towards longevity. And one of my favorites, sign up for a Pilates class. As a Pilates instructor, I really encourage that. Or adjust your diet to include more lean meats, fruit, and vegetables. Go to seeyourrisks.com and take the 2-minute heart health risk assessment and learn more about your heart health. And of course, always speak to your doctor about your results and about your cardiovascular health.
Thank you there, Dr. Jane. And now we got a great way for you to save on your allergy medications.
Around 50 million Americans suffer from allergies and 25 million from asthma.
Allergy and asthma treatment often involves avoiding known allergens and using prescription medications. Check out BuzzRx, a simple solution for saving money on prescription medications. It's a free prescription discount card and app service that allows users to save up to 80% on their medications.
People with a monthly prescription refill can save an average of $1,100 annually. Download the BuzzRx app or visit buzzrx.com to learn more.
Spring break isn't just for students anymore. Joining us to share the latest insights on 2020 2025's biggest travel trends is Allie Killam from Airbnb. Hi, Allie.
This spring, Airbnb guests are seeking cultural events, quality time with their families and pets, and self-reflection. Compared to last spring, searches for trips with pets have surged 30% compared to last year, and we're also seeing a 90% growth in solo travel searches this spring compared to last year. Guests are also focusing on soft, slow travel this season, meaning they're looking to unplug, focus on connection, and really take things slow in the places that they're visiting. Destinations that offer family-friendly events and activities like Basel, Switzerland, Ubatuba, Brazil, and even Stillwater, Oklahoma are trending this season. And for guests that are looking for different ways to help plan their trip, Airbnb has a variety of features that you can use, including search filters, quality badges like guest favorites, and also listing reviews. For more information, you can go to airbnb.com or download the Airbnb app.
All right, now we have a story of an Army veteran who shares his mission to support fellow veterans and their communities. Check this out.
Returning to civilian life after a military career can be challenging for any veteran. Yusuf Enriquez faced homelessness and struggled to navigate the benefit system. He is now thriving with his own company, Indigenous AI, which improves diversity in clinical trials to make medical treatments more effective. Here's more.
I committed my life to go back and help the veterans that were suffering and so on with help.
The automotive digital marketplace TrueCar is recognizing Enriquez's efforts and awarding him a new car. This is part of their Driven to Drive initiative, a program in partnership with DAV, Disabled American Veterans, and Sheehy Auto Stores.
Walking in here, you see a new chair. I haven't had that since I probably left the military. That's what we come back for my deployment. So that was something that was very near and dear to my heart.
TrueCar offers exclusive car buying benefits and discounts for active duty service members, veterans, and their families. Visit military.truecar.com.
Hey, before we head into the weekend, we always like to give you our picks for stream for the weekend. This is where we got to tell you something you got to check out on your streaming services. First up, AJ, what do you got?
Okay, it's my new favorite renovation show. It's called Renovation Aloha.
Good luck. Are there any like nice custom tile in there?
What is this? Oh my gosh.
Cutest couple ever. They're in Hawaii. They show you how they renovate some of these amazing homes that have been left abandoned, dilapidated. And it's amazing how much real estate costs in Hawaii. And the challenges they have to go through to renovate because supplies are not readily available.
Location. Is what they say.
And all the red tape and everything, I'm sure also. Well, my pick this week is a deep dive into one of my favorite films by way of the YouTube page Yesterworld Entertainment, and it's the complicated history of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Ooh.
But when it comes to precisely how this was achieved and who was responsible, there's been a lot of false information over the years. So that said, let's break down the movie's animation post-production process step by step. We'll use the sequence in which Roger Rabbit pops out of the sink and spits out water as an example, which was done by way of a small pipe.
Yeah, it was a lot of trickery, for different framing and everything, and it was just a disaster trying to get it made, but it turned out to be one of my favorite films of all time.
And not only, set the stage for what we know today as live action films and that sort of thing, with Snow White coming out now. So think about that, you're right. All right, want to watch a live talk show unlike any other else? Well, you got to stream Everybody's Live. It's Wednesdays on Netflix.
That's right, we're all here. It's my live, jazz-like, unpredictable talk show. I can't do Coke or Adderall anymore, so I'm making it your problem.
All right, what's cool about this is you can check out a new Everyone's Live episode Wednesdays at 10 o'clock Eastern on Netflix, and you can watch past episodes actually right now on Netflix. Now, you can tell that they did this about 8 months ago where they had a big comedy festival in Los Angeles, and so everybody's in Los Angeles. So they changed it now to an actual talk show called Everybody's Live, and it's neat to see they try stuff that fail, that it's not that great, but they keep going, and it's a live talk show with big stars.
That's how Mulaney is.
It's a phenomenal show. Not everything goes over the fence, but it's the effort that they put into it, which I appreciate. So check that out. That does it for our show. We want to thank you for spending time with us.
Head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, for more.
Y'all have a good weekend. Bye-bye.